It's the Drunk Tank Podcast with Jeff, Gus, Bunny, and Joel, and sometimes Jack. But no one really likes me. Jeremy Grove is a fag.
Due to technical difficulties, we joined the podcast in progress as Brandon defends his ignorance of spiders.
Everyone, I see it every day. You see it every day. You see the moon every day. You interact with the moon every day in some way.
Or every night,
There's
maybe.
the moon every night.
How? But like, it's just another. It's another moon or planet to you, or a star. Like, by your logic, why would you bother learning any of them? Because you're never going to go to the moon.
So everything that comes up in a given day, no matter how small, you guys just know it, right?
No, there's some things that you guys think are
you guys are geniuses.
Common pool.
We are. Are you in fucking Mensa? Like, is that?
That's my line, you asshole! You just stole my line!
How do you know what Mensa is? You don't interact with Mensa on a daily basis.
I do interact with Mensa on a daily basis.
What is Mensa?
It's like a collection of smart dudes, right? It's like a group you have to apply for. You gotta be smart.
That's true. That is true.
So you know what? All right, look.
It is a society. Don't hit
balls.
the table.
All right. My bad. All right. If I get bitten by a spider, I got a fucking phone. I can Google poisonous spiders. I can probably find a database of spiders pretty easily.
You know,
I don't gotta research it. And plus, stop playing with fucking spiders.
This does bring up a point, though, is that because all of our memory, essentially, and all of our information is now outsourced to places like Google and the internet. Do you need to use your brain to store any of these things if you have something that you can just pull out of your pocket, type it in, and then you
Yes, because cell phones break. You lose signal. You don't want to be stuck in the mountains trying to Google poisonous spider when you may or may not be dying because you can't get a fucking signal on the side of a cliff.
Fair point.
I can give you a great example where this actually came up. When we first bought this place, Brandon and I were out here all the time, like looking at the building, deciding what we were going to work on. And one of the things we did was we discovered the fact that we had a tree in the back that was covered in poison ivy. I mean, about half the leaves on the tree were poison ivy leaves.
Okay.
And the reason we were able to identify that was we had that rule of, Brandon, you know this? How do you identify poison ivy?
Do you itch?
So it's
2 days after you
leaves of 3, let it be.
Leaves of 3, let it be, right? So there's 3 leaves on one little branch, then that's probably poison ivy. That's at least a way to identify it. But we just looked at it. We pull it up on Wikipedia on our iPhones, see a picture, and go, that is literally that plant. Here it is right here. This is the future. If I want to know what this is. And I was trying to explain to him that, 20 years ago, if you wanted to know if it was poison ivy, it wasn't even like, I have to go home to find out. There was no way at home to find out. It's like you had to go to a library or look up.
Unless you're a botanist. Like, I have a sample I'd like to take to the lab.
Is this the Orgosaurus?
Yeah, this is the Orgosaurus portion of it. Well, but this is, and so Brandon's solution was to get Roundup and spray it all over the tree. I explained to him why you don't spray Roundup all over a tree.
Read the damn directions. It's not a threat to trees. It's fucking not. If it was, people wouldn't use it.
I don't think that's what you said when I said, why did you spray Roundup all over the tree? He said, I asked the guy who worked at Home Depot, and he goes, no problem. So that's another instance of don't ever ask the guy at Home Depot anything. The guy at Home Depot doesn't know shit.
You know, the great part of killing that poison ivy is we live in Austin, which Austin will not vote for fucking expanding a highway, but they'll vote for saving a fucking ladybug. So it was cool. It was cool to like kill vegetation in the city. Like I felt I was getting back at all the frustrations over living in such an environmentally crazy city.
You're insane.
No.
Good Lord.
We did something a little rude. We actually didn't tell the guys who replaced our back fence that it was covered with poison ivy. We just figured they'd be able to figure it out on their own.
Yeah, those guys deal with poison ivy every day, I'm sure. Putting up chain link fences in Texas.
I'm sure they see it all the time.
They probably also know they're spiders. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess.
They probably also know which ones to avoid.
Wonder if they ate bread for lunch and knew it had calories in it.
All right. That's good. That's on the list too. You know what? I did not know that bread makes you fat. But I will say, I went to a public school, a shitty public school, and my fucking health teacher, a nutrition, was a goddamn coach that spent his all day teaching dodgeball. But you know what? All you motherfuckers can acknowledge this. When I did fucking learn about nutrition, I lost a lot of fucking weight, and now I look better than all of you.
You're also 12 years old. I mean, you could probably drop like 5 pounds in a day if you want to.
You know what the craziest part is? I'm actually nowhere close to the youngest in the company now. It's weird.
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm. We have
Looking from our perspective, you're all kinds of close to the youngest in the company.
Dude, no kidding.
We got Carrie. Carrie, obviously.
I got news for you, buddy. You and Carrie are the same age. You're like 6 months apart.
Carrie's 19. I don't get us kicked out of restaurants
The
in
difference-
Washington.
That is true, you don't.
The difference between, what are you, 24?
I am 24. Going to be 25.
Difference between 19 and 24
I think Carrie's
is,
also 20, isn't he?
Carrie's
20. 20 to 24 is like a week. There's nothing.
I've also never seen a clearer example of shit rolling downhill than this. Brandon gets on the podcast, it's immediately like, let's target someone else who's not in here.
It's going to be a never-ending loop. We're going to get Carrie on next week. Carrie's going to talk shit about someone else, and it's going to go on forever.
Dude, have you met Carrie?
In a few weeks, we will actually be making fun of stem cells.
Dude, Carrie can't talk shit about anyone. Carrie couldn't talk shit about Hitler.
Listen.
That guy's like the nicest kid.
Carrie serves a very valuable purpose in this company. He has very healthy organs. You don't know when he's going to be valuable at any one time.
He's got type O blood.
Having talked all that shit about spiders, I did see one when I was out hiking, and I did take a fucking picture of it. So I'll be straight.
You gotta email me that so I put it.
I love that you just.
You gonna be straight with us, G?
Yeah.
I'm Jeff. I'm gonna show you this picture that Brandon took on his iPhone.
Hey, zoomed in. It's a zoom. Digital zoom.
He found a spider.
Digital
Look what he
zoom.
took a picture of. It's a daddy long legs.
You're the dumbest person I've ever met.
No,
That's not a spider. It's a spider killer, you idiot.
I was 10 feet away. I was 10 feet away. Can that thing fucking jump 10 feet? Is that going to jump 10 feet and attack me in the face?
It's a daddy long
Daddy
legs.
long legs. See, again,
Google.
this
Google.
is knowledge.
Google it. How far can that thing jump?
It can't hurt you with the daddy long legs. Oh my god, they are poisonous though.
No, that's such horseshit. Do you believe that?
Yeah, I think they are poisonous, right? But
I don't.
Do you believe turning on a microwave with nothing in it will damage it? 'Cause
Absolutely.
That's fucking bullshit.
Are you retarded?
I'm not retarded.
You can't microwave nothing.
It
It will destroy your microwave.
I beg to differ. Does our microwave work now?
How many times have you done it?
Well, once now. We'll see.
Yeah, do it 3 or 4 times a day.
Best part about that is Bernie's like, why didn't you just use a timer? It doesn't have a timer.
I haven't verified that yet. I'm pretty sure it does have a timer. You also have an iPhone in your pocket that has a timer on it.
Oh,
That's
it
a
was
good point.
upstairs.
Stopwatch.
It was upstairs.
Here's what you do. If you want to use the
Why would
microwave
you
as a
leave
time-
your iPhone upstairs? There could be a spider downstairs. What are you going to do?
They're going to be a spider covered in poison ivy for camouflage.
Man, I got 2 or 3 more things to bring up, but I don't want to make this the Brandon podcast.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, no.
That's why you're here.
All
This
right,
is
all
the
right,
Brandon
all right.
podcast.
Shit, what was the next thing? That fucking IKEA shit? That was not my fault. That was fucking Bernie's fault.
How is it my fault?
I assembled like 2 or 3 of those motherfuckers, and there's like 20 pieces each, and then Bernie comes up and makes me feel like an idiot for using a regular screwdriver. So Bernie has this industrial drill that I use, and it rips the shit out of one of the drawers.
He has
my fault.
He has a hole in his palm because he put together 3 IKEA cabinets with a screwdriver. And let me tell you something. It's no shame in putting together an IKEA cabinet wrong. You have to do it once in your life where you completely put it together wrong.
I didn't put it together wrong.
What? How can you say that?
I just destroyed 2 of the holes for the drill. Have you ever bought IKEA shit? There's a reason why it's so cheap. It's not even wood.
You know,
Does wood have calories?
and when he said,
I don't know.
Was it poisonous wood? Did
No,
you
Not
Google
poisonous.
this?
It was not poisonous wood.
that's how beavers got in such great shape.
Beaver 2.0?
Fuck, dude, I look good. I have results.
That
Jeff.
is the ultimate defense.
I
look
got
good.
results.
So, the industrial drill he's talking about, it's really just a drill. It's a DeWalt.
No.
It's a DeWalt
No.
drill.
I have that
No.
same drill. It's a nice, normal drill.
It is not.
And he says that he constantly says you can't change speeds on it, but you can do it in about 2 seconds. You just don't pull the trigger as much. And he goes, no, look, and he goes from nothing, and he yanks the trigger, and it goes to full speed.
It's not. It's dependent on pressure, man.
It's touch sensitive.
Look at these hands. These hands are fucking smooth as balls, all right?
Smooth as balls. What kind of balls do you have, man?
I have smooth balls. No, these are
Jesus
smooth. I
Christ.
have not worked a legitimate day in my life.
Oh, you can't say that.
As Brandon's boss, I hope you're paying attention to that. Brandon.
No, Brandon works very hard.
Hey, this is a podcast, immunity, right?
Immunity.
Immunity.
You gotta sign that shit before you get in here.
Oh, fuck.
Brandon is an A-class administrator / producer. As long as we don't ever have a shoot that involves bread-eating spiders who are covered in calamine lotion. Do you know what calamine lotion is?
I have no idea what that is.
I'll have you know, I've never worked a day of my life doing physical labor either, and I can use a fucking drill. That's no defense, man. Look at me.
Congratulations.
I'm working IT at a tech company. You know I don't do shit. I can use a fucking drill.
Hey, do you want to pat
understand how triggers work?
Do you want a pat on the back? You want a pat on the back?
No, I just want to. You acknowledge what an idiot you are.
You want a cookie?
Look how angry Brandon's like fired out of a cannon.
Brandon's just like coming out swinging.
No, this is fucking who I am.
He's young. He can take us all on at the same time.
We don't hang out.
He's also 2.0.
We don't hang out. We just work together.
Feels like the rope-a-dope. We've been beating up on him for 3 weeks, and then he shows up. He's all rested.
Not rested, man. I had to be here 7:30 the last 2 days.
Whoa,
I know, it's early. It's fucking early.
Oh my god!
You know what's really surprising about this company is that Jeff is consistently the guy who gets here first. And has been for years.
Why is that surprising?
Well, because Jeff is lazy and he's kind of a scumbag.
Was that before Millie
I'm a morning person.
Jeff also spent all those years in the army. You know,
Yeah.
they brainwash you and change your biological clock to get up super early.
Let me tell you what a typical house or morning is like in my house. I get up at 7:30 and I get my kid dressed. Then I make her breakfast. Then I make her lunch. Then I go outside and I feed the chickens. And by then I come back in and I brush her teeth.
I just want to say, Brandon, at any point, feel free to look up anything that Jeff is talking
Yeah,
about.
no, that's no problem.
I got my phone on.
I brush her teeth. I make sure her hair is combed. And then I take my daughter to school. I don't know what my wife does during that point, but it's a whole lot of nothing.
I got to go get her.
I think it has something to do with makeup. This morning, she was going to take Millie to school. I usually take Millie to school, but I wanted to get to work a little earlier today to work on some videos and to try to fix my computer problems that I've been having for 2 days. Mm-hmm. And so I did all of those things from 7. I leave by 8. So I get all of that done in 30 minutes, and I take a shower. I did all of that for Griffin this morning so that she could take Millie to school. She still somehow got my kid to school like 10 minutes late. We live 10 minutes away from the school. She has to be there by 8:30. Everything in the house was done by 7:58. Still couldn't get my kid to school on time. What is that?
Well, she just wrote an entire journal about you guys being lazy, both you and
that's
Millie.
true. She called you out.
Well, somebody should get her because
That you
this
were
is bullshit.
That you were too lazy to get your own glass of water, even though you're walking around the house with your laptop.
It's not true necessarily.
Necessarily.
What?
Should we get her?
She got up to go to the bathroom, which is right by the kitchen, and I said, "Could you get a glass of water?"
Uh-oh.
And she said, "There she is." She said, "Yes, I can get you a glass of water." While she was in the bathroom, I thought, "Oh, I'm going to get my laptop and check my email." So I went and got my laptop. I'd forgotten about the water. I didn't care about the water at that point. And then she got mad.
Griffin, can you just not do nice things for Jeff?
Brandon, can you recount for Griffin the story in your own words, using simple terms, what he just said about her and about getting Millie to school late?
Yeah, Griffin doesn't do anything in the morning. She's kind of lazy. Jeff does all the work.
I'm not lazy. I have a lot of work to do as a girl.
I didn't say anything about you being lazy, by the way. All I said is that the things that we have to do in the morning, get Millie up, get her dressed, get her teeth brushed, make her lunch, make her breakfast. I take a shower. I feed the chickens. I'm out the door. You do none of those things from 7:30 to 8. I do all of those for you every day.
You know, the worst part is you did everything for us this morning, and you did a lot. And then we still got out the door late because you left and you weren't there to like get us out the door.
I don't know. What do you guys do? Do you just like stare at the wall?
No, we change outfits.
Do you power down?
No, I'm serious. Millie and I both changed 3 times this morning.
Good Lord.
No, I'm sorry, but it's just harder to be a girl, okay? Like, you took a shower. Tell me about your process. You took a shower.
Right.
Then what did you do?
I brushed my teeth.
Ignoring everything else, just the stuff to get you ready. What did you do?
Ignoring everything else?
Yeah.
I wake up, I take a shower, I brush my teeth, I comb my hair, I put my clothes on.
You don't comb your hair.
I do comb my hair.
Okay.
It looks like he has a little product in there.
Yeah, it's some product. I got some stuff.
Okay.
And then I put my clothes on, like every other human being on the planet. That's it. That's all I got to do.
Okay.
You realize, Griffin, you're training your daughter to make your life incredibly difficult when she's a teenager. Like you're establishing all the bad habits early.
With a bad habit.
Oh shit!
This is Brandon 2.0. No.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to point out, we spent the first part of this podcast talking about situations that Brandon can get himself into that he's not familiar with. This is one of those examples.
Yeah.
So tell us more about how she's hurting her daughter again.
No, I got.
No, let me ask you this, Brandon. You recently started seeing somebody new, right?
I did.
Very pretty girl, right?
Oh yeah, she's hot.
Does she wear makeup?
I don't know.
Does she shave her legs or armpits?
Yes.
Do you realize how much time that takes to shave almost your entire body?
And I appreciate that.
If you appreciate it, you'd shut the fuck up.
All right, fair dues.
It's just harder to be a girl. Okay, it takes a lot longer. And okay, so Millie and I are maybe not the most efficient people in the morning, but you know what? I don't even have an excuse for myself. I'm sorry. It's just fucking hard to be a girl. It takes a long time. Like today, I had to decide: was I gonna pull my hair in a ponytail, or was I gonna do my hair, or was I gonna shave my legs? Because there's just no time to do both. And I chose legs, and so I have my hair in a ponytail. Those are the decisions you have to make when you're a girl. Yeah. All right. Is that it?
Well, thank you, Mrs. Ramsey.
We didn't facilitate a divorce like I thought we were going to.
I was hoping we would.
Yeah.
I was hoping to come in guns blazing.
It's because she knows there's no defense.
Well, apparently you're better in the morning and she's better in the evening. Apparently, according to her
How
journal.
is she better in the evening?
Well, you guys are lazy. And
Well,
you guys don't do anything.
every other journal she writes is about you getting drunk and passing out at 8 p.m. With the TV on.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we all have our hobbies, right?
You know, I have to say, I don't know if you've noticed this before, Jeff, but I always ask people what they do at home. I'm fascinated by what you guys do at home. I have no concept of what you do. Like you guys leave here at 5 or 5:30. I really have no idea what the rest of your day is like.
You don't want to know.
In the Ramsey household, I can tell you, we deal with being parents until 8 p.m., and then Millie goes to bed, and I start working on Achievement Hunter, and Griffin paints something.
Or she puts you to work.
Or she puts me to work building or painting something.
What time do you usually go to bed?
I went to bed at 1 last night. So that's about average for me, about 1 a.m.
And then you're a morning person, so you just jump out of bed in the morning?
Yeah, I get up about 7:30.
Man, it takes me like an hour to wake up.
Really? No, I'm like, as soon as the alarm goes off, I'm up. No problems.
No, I have the worst time. Like, I will hit the snooze button for 30 minutes and not realize that I'm doing it.
I have no idea what people did before the snooze button.
I fucking get up, and I probably
got up, I think.
I probably don't wake up till after I'm already here at the office. Like, I wake up and I'm at my desk. I'm like, well, how the fuck did I get here?
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like in this fucking trance.
Sleep-induced amnesia until then?
It's great, though, because you feel responsible at night. You're going to set my alarm for 7. But then you wake up, you just snooze button 8 times.
Hey, Gus, what happens at the Sorolla household? You leave here about 5:30 every day. What do you do from 5:30 to pass out?
Normally, I just get drunk and play video games.
Is that true?
Okay.
Yeah.
You go home and play video games all night?
Yep.
See, I don't do that anymore. It's like after my kids go to bed, which for me is 8:30, they usually go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit older one, so maybe till 9. And then after that, it's between 9 and midnight are kind of lost hours for me.
You just space out?
Oh, not to space out, but it's just just do random crap and just bleed away those 3 hours. I can fall asleep at 9. If I fall asleep at 9 or 10, I wake up an hour and a half later. My body thinks I'm doing a nap thing.
Mm.
But if I go to bed at midnight or 1 a.m., then I just sleep straight through. It's weird. Yeah.
When you get home, are you kind of burnt out on the computer? I mean, do you spend a lot of time online?
I don't have a computer at home anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have one. I have my iPhone, and that's it.
He spends a lot of time texting me about stuff.
I do, and I feel guilty about that. I text you guys at night about random stuff, and I'm
That's
just
totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I don't
I'm
mind.
playing video games, sometimes watching TV.
I'm probably on AIM talking to people anyway.
What happened on my text?
What's that?
How come I don't get any texts?
Because I'm afraid I might get one back.
You said we just work together. We don't hang out.
And so I was complaining about that.
What
I'm
do you
convinced. I'm convinced Gus had a party at his house for welcoming, and I wasn't invited.
No.
No, Gus doesn't do that.
No.
We had one party.
I don't believe it.
Before you got hired at my old house, and I can never top that. So it's just that's it. I
Gus
can
is
never have another party.
Yeah, Gus is a party a decade kind of guy. So
When it comes to official parties and things like that, Gus and I are on the same page. We're just we go to events even. GDC is in Austin this week, and we're being invited to parties, and it's just
what do we
why don't you come over here and hang out or play poker over here, you know?
The PAX party was a pretty good time, though.
No, the PAX party was different, though. The PAX party that we threw, which I haven't talked about that yet, but we threw that. We rented out a bar, and we just invited people we knew over to come drink with us at the bar. That's way more our speed than – we already did the thing with the clubs and all that stuff with the goddamn music, you know?
Yeah.
Where you go to a club, it's just ridiculous.
We used to do that every year for South by Southwest, too. We would rent out a bar called Bull McCabe's and do essentially that PAX party in Austin. I think 2 or 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I think we did it twice.
Man,
it was fun.
Do we want to start talking about how we're going to be doing some more events next year? Speaking of,
let's talk about
Do we have that list finalized?
we don't have a list. We're working on it.
It's a big list.
I guess what we can say for now is that we're.
Yeah! Let's talk about the parties.
What?
Man, my wife messages me. I don't think she realizes how text messages work. She thinks they're AIM. and she sends me I can't turn this off. She sends me text messages that are like one word at a time. She sends me a sentence across about 20 different texts.
You do that too.
I guess I do it a little bit. Yeah.
But you remember when text messages first came out, AIM had a sync to it, but you only had, there was no like unlimited text. You only had a certain amount a month. So you had all those assholes who would just like text you one word because they knew it was going straight to your phone and was just going to charge you $1 billion. Or am I the only one who know people who don't like me?
No, I do that to Robert Koo whenever he goes, especially like out of the country. I think he went on a trip to China one time. Robert Koo's the guy that runs Penny Arcade. I just send him endless texts. He's like, "You fucker, these cost me a buck a piece." And
How much?
I keep a tally when I send them to him.
How much did that email you downloaded cost you?
Where was I?
You were in France, maybe, or somewhere.
Yeah,
or maybe it was Australia or New Zealand.
I was somewhere with my iPhone, and there was a 4 meg PDF attachment, and I think I was paying some retarded amount of money. And these guys, they were proofing it. It was like, I think for a calendar or a poster or something.
Yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh, I made a small change. Here it is." And it's like, "Oh, I don't like this. Can you change this?" And they would reply and keep the attachment going, and it kept going back and forth. And my iPhone's just checking email. $380 from that one email chain we calculated. I paid for this PDF going back and forth like 20 times.
Awesome.
Nightmare. I will say this though, AT&T is pretty cool about that. I hate AT&T for just about anything in the world, but if you go overseas and you don't have an international plan, they will retroactively add it to your account.
Yeah.
You know, that's a great way to get a sponsor, Bernie.
What's that?
AT&T.
Oh fuck! You think sponsors actually listen to the content?
Yeah, I don't think that there's really podcasts. I'm convinced that no one really advertises on podcasts anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think
I
so.
think maybe on the top 2 or 3, downloaded. And
How did Adam Curry get so rich off podcasts? Is he the only guy that made podcast
Adam
money?
Carolla.
No, Adam Curry.
Adam Curry? He made money off of podcasts?
He made like $100 million.
He had companies that had VC.
Yeah.
Did you guys see The Social Network?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's really interesting. You know, it's the economics of startup businesses have always been interesting because people get very excited about that VC money, which is great if you're one of the top guys pulling a salary from it. But people get excited. It's like they got $3 million in funding this round. It's like, yeah, they're awesome. Look at how great this company is. Like, you wouldn't get excited if they phrased it as this company got a $3 million loan. You know, it's like it's not revenue.
Yeah, but I don't think Adam Curry could have bought that castle in Ireland purely off of VC money, could he?
He had a company that he sold. He had like that's like Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban had broadcast.com and brought the Dallas Mavericks. That's it for Brandon. Throwing out a term, he'll know.
There you go.
So, and then he sold
so
broadcast to Yahoo right before. It was one of those timing things where he just got it in at the right time. Then the .com came and hit, and he converted all that fake .com money essentially into a real asset like a sports team.
Yeah.
And I also heard a cool story about Mark Cuban that he had a bunch of friends that he did a lot of things with, and that he just basically bought every house on a cul-de-sac and gave his friends houses so they could just always hang out together.
Yep, I have also heard that story. That's pretty cool.
He
when are you going to do that for us, by the way?
Dude, if I make like broadcast.com Dallas Mavericks money, I'm going to get all new friends. So just so y'all know.
You're going to hang out with Mark Cuban?
I mean, we'll work out a severance or something like
I'll
that.
take that. Fuck it.
I'll buy the cul-de-sac and come visit you guys. I'm not living next door to Jeff's lawn. I don't think it is fucking a rooster that crows.
Oh, that thing's awesome.
He has a rooster in a suburban neighborhood.
Yeah. There's a lot of people with roosters in our neighborhood.
I'm not the only one.
I would, honestly, if you were my neighbor, I would fucking shoot that rooster. It crows in the morning. If my dog barks twice, I'm out there shutting my dog up.
Good luck shutting up a rooster.
I would be complaining if I heard them. I think Jeff and I live far enough apart to where I don't hear the rooster, thank God.
No one complains, though, right?
No. Like Gus is right. There are so many people with chickens and roosters in our neighborhood that there's a Facebook group for it. I mean, it's a whole thing. So people are used to it.
If it's on Facebook. Yeah.
We had goats in our neighborhood for a while.
Jeff, if I lived next door to you, I would come over every day and choke your chicken.
Thanks.
Events.
So we're going to, we've been kind of staying away from events for a couple of years. We used to do a lot of them. We used to do probably, 20 events a year? Yay! I'm just going to get derailed. But we had stopped doing them. We only did San Diego Comic-Con and Penny Arcade Expo for the past few years, but we've decided to start doing events again in 2011.
I think
Fortunately for us, they kept making new PAX conventions.
Yeah. So we're still working on a final list. I don't know where we'll be exactly, but we will be doing some around the U.S. and potentially some overseas as well.
In a city/country near you.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I think one of the sad things about whenever we post about where we're going to be at, most of the comments are, "Oh, I wish you were here. I wish you were here." But hopefully,
you'll still get those comments. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
We literally got a comment one time saying, "Oh, we're going to be at Baltimore at Otakon," and somebody wrote us and said, "That's on the east side of town. When are you guys going to come to West Baltimore?" Literally the same city.
Yeah. Another time, someone wrote in asking us to go to Toronto, and we're like, "You're in luck. RBBTO is in like 2 weeks. We're going to be there. We're going to hang out." And they're like, "Yeah, but I live in the suburbs. That's kind of far. That's downtown. That's kind of far for me." Can you come a little closer?
We also had a dude.
You're in another fucking country, you asshole.
We also had a dude send a nasty email one time that said, "I'm really sick of you guys going everywhere in the world but New York. Why don't you guys ever come here? This sucks." And I wrote him back and I was like, "Dude, we've done 6 New York events in the last 2 years." And he's like, "Yeah, but I didn't go to those."
Dude wanted us to come to West Baltimore? Have you guys seen The Wire? Why would anyone go there? Why does Baltimore support that show? That is the anti-tourism.
It's a good question. It's like, I guess we can't really talk about it, but we had an idea to shoot this apocalyptic thing in Detroit, and it'd be great to try to convince the Film Commission of Michigan to use one of their major cities as a world gone to flames and death.
You know, the sad thing is Bernie and I are actually from Houston, and RoboCop 2 is supposed to be set in Detroit. They filmed it in Houston because Houston's kind of shitty.
Was it RoboCop 2?
RoboCop 2.
I did not know that.
I think it was supposed to be Houston was supposed to be OCP City or whatever the hell that was.
No, that was Judge Dredd, wasn't it?
New Detroit, wasn't it? Didn't the corporation in RoboCop build their own city?
Definitely Detroit.
What's that?
Definitely Detroit.
But it was New Detroit, right? Not Old Detroit.
Oh, yeah. It's completely different.
Yeah.
There's a new in front of it.
Crime-ridden hellhole.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at filming locations. 4th Ward, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
4th Ward. What's the bad one? The 5th Ward,
Fifth
right?
Ward. That's where Ghetto Boys are from.
Yeah, with Bushwick Bill?
Yep.
He's dead, right?
Nope.
No, Bushwick Bill's alive?
Yep.
Really?
Ghetto Boys. Is that a Wanna Be a Baller song?
It's a good one. Wanna be a baller.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
No.
Baller, shot collar, 20-inch blade.
No!
No, it's not like that at all.
Oh, no, Ghetto Boys, that's the Office Space song.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're the Office Space people. There you go.
Ghetto Boys like super hardcore rap that hasn't sold out.
Scarface.
They're not
and
major
Pusha
sell. It's
T.
like Easy-E.
Yeah.
Ghetto Boys. You know it.
Yeah.
Mine's playing tricks on me. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Gangster of love. You know, the hits.
Good stuff.
Hey, you should hang out with Scott. I got a buddy Scott who is way too white and way too suburban to know as much about hardcore gangster rap as he does. Like, he's seriously into it. He's the reason I know what Ghetto Boys is.
Oh, really?
And I know the whole backstory of Bushwick Bill. You know?
Not because you grew up in Houston in the 5th Ward.
No. Houston's a weird city in that everybody who lives in Houston lives on the west side of Houston. There's literally no east side of Houston. The eastern border of Houston is essentially downtown, and everybody lives to the west.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
And it's like they live in places like Katy
What is
and
east?
Sugar
What is
Land.
east? Like Pasadena?
It's oil
That's-
refineries and the port.
East, Pasadena is southeast.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all industrial. It's like SimCity, basically, where it's like they have the downtown with the commercial area, and then they put all the industrial on the
They put all that yellow stuff east, the blue stuff central, and the green stuff west.
Bernie's actually from A-Leaf, which is kind of like a ghetto suburb. Still the suburb, but...
Yeah, it's kind
Okay.
of it became. I'd like to think it came from the streets of A-Leaf, you know.
I've been to your neighborhood and your childhood house. It seemed okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's it just changed a lot,
Yeah.
over time, and but it's just one of those things. It's like you never know, like a neighborhood that you grew up in will be completely different. But it got a lot more hardcore after I left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
You weren't there to hold it down.
straight.
Yeah.
you can look at like the notable alumni from our school, and there's like an Emmy winner, and then some kind of scientist guy, and then like some other kind of artist, and then every year after that is rap star, guy who went straight from high school to the NBA.
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis, yeah.
Wasn't Destiny's Child from your neighborhood?
I think Beyonce went to my high school.
Yeah.
And but she didn't go to my high school.
Did you hit that?
For many reasons, no. Mainly because I think she was like 4 or 5 years after me. But yeah, it was. I went to a high school that's really interesting called Elsick High School in Houston, and it had 5,000 kids in the high school.
What's your mascot?
It's a ram.
Nice.
And in fact, the reason why church is light blue is because that was my color in my high school, that light blue and white.
They have an entry in Wikipedia. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah.
They have notable alumni. notable alumni, and you're not in there. I'm going to add you in Wikipedia.
I think somebody, when I talked about Elsik one time, they added me before, and somebody else removed me.
Oh,
so
that's bullshit.
That's totally fine.
Bernie's high school is actually next to another high school.
Yeah, that's the
about
weird.
9,000 kids.
Yep.
Within a mile of each other, so
It's not even a mile. It's like one block. There's 2 high schools in the district, and Elsik is right across from Hastings. So your rival high school is literally next door to you. And they share all the same facilities and all that. Like, we have one stadium, and the home games alternate. And then when those 2 schools play each other, it's crazy.
There's a gun battle too at the stadium.
There probably is now.
A few years ago.
Yeah.
So when they
shot.
when they come to steal your team RAM, they don't have to walk it very far.
No, they don't really. We never had an official Ram. We had a guy named Joey in a Ram.
Poor Joey.
Is what we had. And yeah, but it's always pretty cool. Like the Elsik Hastings games, like it's nuts. But the really crazy thing is when you go in Texas, 8th grade is middle school and 9th grade is high school, and they actually have a 9th grade center now where all the 9th graders go. But back when I was in school, they had a lottery, and they would determine, since the schools are next to each other, you're not based on geography which one you go to. So they had a lottery, and you would be picked for Elsik or Hastings, which was a huge deal. And there were all these rules that if you had an older brother who went to the other school or an older sibling, then you could automatically choose to go to that school. So it all stayed.
It's like Harry Potter, right? Like the Sorting Hat. Is that how that works?
I don't know. I've never. They didn't put.
I think it's more like the Bloods and the Crips.
Exactly. You get your bandana, and then you're off to get on the right bus, so you don't get stabbed or whatever. But it was interesting, and it's weird because that's the high school that I went to, and that's to me normal. But I realize it's so weird now hearing other people's high school experiences that you wouldn't be on a city block with essentially 10,000 kids from 2 different high schools in one city block.
Seems like a mistake.
It does seem like a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Well, they corrected that mistake by building a building that connected the 2 high schools, actually. So they're now actually technically connected.
Really?
Yeah. There was the distance between them was literally the size of a soccer field, and that was it. But we had cool facilities. Like, we had a natatorium. I don't know too many people had a natatorium.
With 9,000 kids, though, like, how would you even know if somebody was from your rival school? It's not like you could physically meet every single person in your school.
I had
over the course of 4
1,100
years.
kids in my senior class, and we had a reunion. I was like, I don't recognize any of the people on the list that are there, and I had other stuff to do, so I just didn't even go because it's like, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah,
see, I didn't go to my high school reunion because I did recognize the people on the list. It's like, hated, beat me up.
What do you do? Go like, hey, what you doing? Working at the Chrome Factory? That's cool.
Didn't we determine that the Chrome Factory went under?
Yeah, I think we determined
That's
the Chrome
really
Factory
sad.
was gone.
Crippled our local economy.
You think Facebook has hurt the class reunion business?
I would say yes. Because I think a lot of people go to class reunions purely to see what's up, how people aged, what they're doing with their lives. And if you can get a snapshot of that and not get on a plane to do it, then why bother?
Yeah, you don't actually have to talk to them and deal with bullshit.
Who's pregnant? Who's fat? That's a good one. Who gained a lot of weight?
Not you, buddy.
Not me.
You and your bread holding it down.
Lost 16.
Keeping it real.
16
He lost a bunch of weight because he got bit by a poisonous spider and didn't know it.
He developed a parasite.
He dropped 30 pounds in 5 days.
Fuck, dude, whatever works. What happened actually is I was dating this girl for about 15 months and we broke up, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta get in shape if I ever want to get laid again.
Well, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that. It's like, now that I'm broken up with you, now I'm going to care about my appearance.
Yeah, once you get that locked down, you just let it go, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of stages of that. I think every guy goes through that. It's like, well, I got a girl or I got a wife now.
Once you get that shit pregnant, it's like, all right, I'm in the clear.
So you're essentially a romantic, is what I'm hearing. Once you get that shit pregnant, you're in the clear.
You're like a modern Cyrano.
Hey, I have that trademark, so it's nobody better put that on a t-shirt.
Hey, just so you know, girl, I love you, and I'm going to get that shit pregnant. I got feelings and shit.
I keep giving Carrie advice. He just doesn't take it. I give him good advice.
Carrie is a normal, well-adjusted man. Let him alone.
You're giving him like advice about women or
about women.
Spiders?
No. I told him if you take her out, she'll put out. That's good advice.
You want to role play here for a second? I'll play Carrie.
No, I do not.
Mute my mic so I can play Carrie.
Okay.
And then Brandon, I'm Carrie. Give me advice.
No, I can't do it on the spot. I'm not.
What do you need to?
It's got to be natural.
You need to consult your tome of knowledge upstairs.
Yeah.
He's got to look on Google to figure out how to talk to girls because he doesn't interact with them normally.
Bullshit, dude. I do pretty well.
You have to look up like which one are the girls. Ones in dresses are girls.
Is that your advice to Carrie?
No, dude, I tell you, I've carried.
If they're
great
wearing
advice.
a dress, hit that shit. Get it pregnant as much as you can. I don't know what pregnant is because I haven't Googled that yet, but get it pregnant.
That's the exact same thing about not knowing what an obscure insect is poisonous or not. That's bravo, Jeff.
Obscure
insect.
spiders.
I like that you're signaling on the one thing, as if that was the one thing you didn't know. You also don't know what a shop vac is.
Didn't know what starch was.
Yeah.
You don't know what starch is.
Have you seen the way?
You don't know what a vice grip is.
Have you seen my clothes?
He actually did when I described him what a vice was. What did you say a vice is?
Oh yeah, you use that shit to break apples.
What?
Yeah.
That's what he would do.
It was a game show. It was a kids' game show where you had to identify something. It was a Nickelodeon. I used to watch Nickelodeon nonstop. I didn't go outside. I just watched Nickelodeon nonstop.
I'm starting to figure out why you don't know what a fucking spider is.
Because I sat at home watching Nickelodeon.
I worry about that with my kids because my kids just don't go outside anymore.
Nope.
They're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to like go ride their bikes around the neighborhood, until they're 15 now.
To be fair, there are spiders outside.
There are.
Very dangerous.
And somebody might try to grab them and put them in an apple breaker. But the reason why he knows that a vice is something that you can put an apple into and break it is because he grew up on a farm.
I lived on a farm for a while. My grandparents had a farm.
How do you grow up on a farm and not know some of this stuff?
I don't know. Like I remember.
How old were you on the farm?
Eggs, probably till I was about 4 or 5. But I still have memories.
Oh.
But it's one of those things you go back for holidays too.
4 or 5 is when you learn what spiders are.
Yeah, no shit.
We should have Brian Teddy and have a Facts of the World face off with Brandon. But he had to leave the farm after 5 because that's when he sprayed Roundup on all the crops to help fertilize them.
Yep.
So you know who's got to be upset more than anybody else about Facebook, in my opinion? I mean, I know we look at Friendster and MySpace and all that, but really, Classmates.com has got to be everyone's like, hey, have you seen Facebook? Facebook's awesome. You see people you know from high school and you share pictures and all those classmates must be like, yeah, we know. We've been trying to do this for 10 goddamn years.
They shouldn't have charged.
I'm looking it up to verify, but didn't Classmates just lose a lawsuit? I think, yeah, they had to settle a lawsuit for $9.5 million because people would get the spam, the email from them saying, hey, Classmates are trying to connect with you. And they'd sign up, go through the process, and it would turn out no one was looking for them.
Facebook does that all the time, though.
Well, that could be bots, right, on Facebook?
Yeah, I think it's those apps. See what this person said about you.
Yeah, so I guess Classmates had to. That was this year in March. Had to settle for $9.5 million because of it.
That's a weird class action lawsuit amount. $9.5 million.
Yep.
Seems like a single lawsuit. Class action lawsuits are interesting.
Did you guys hear about that trader? I mean, stock trader, not Benedict Arnold trader. And not that you know who that is, but
or what stocks are.
Let the record show. I was looking at Brandon when I said that. That stock trader in France who just got found guilty for illegally trading, and he cost this bank $9 billion. And the court ordered him to pay back the $9 billion. He makes $70,000 a year. And they ordered him to pay the $9 billion back as a part of his punishment. He's going to jail, and he's required to work it off.
Does that even make you sad, or is it just so ridiculous?
It's just so ridiculous. They were interviewing people on the street, and it was on NPR yesterday. People on the street in France were like, "This is fucking. You got to be kidding me." Apparently the dude is a local hero now. He's being vilified, and the bank is hiding behind him, and apparently they had foreknowledge and they were having them do it illegally, all this nonsense. But anyway, what kind of court says, okay, yeah, you lost $9 million by trading illegally, or $9 billion, pay it back?
You do reach a point at which it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's what could possibly happen to me?
So how much do you have to pay a year?
The dude's a mid-level trader.
I looked it up here. He has to pay $6.7 billion, and he makes about $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
How does a guy making $1,200 a month lose $9 billion?
Well, I think now he's working part-time as a computer consultant. He's not doing the stock trading anymore.
I think I read the story about this guy. When was the trades that he made? Does it say there, Gus?
I think it was
2008.
2 years ago. It was 2008.
Yeah.
I think it was the guy who was just trading back and forth, and he was losing $2 or $3 billion, and then making it back the next day.
Yeah.
And then losing it, and it was just it was this dolphining effect, essentially, where he was trying to keep up with the big swings and loss, and that in his mind, had they not shut him down for losing the $9 billion, he would have just made the $9 billion back the next day.
Right.
That it was just a matter of time. And to him, it was
they caught him on the bad day.
Right.
If they caught him on a good day, they would have betting up tons of money.
Well, there's no security measures for stopping you from this stuff on the good days, right? It's only on the bad days.
Only on the bad days.
And that was his
And
take on it.
apparently his supervisors knew what he was doing and encouraged it kind of under the table as long as he kept making money. And he was allowed to do it for a while before they finally shut
How
him
much
down.
money did they say how much money he made for the company total? Like, what's his
Well, he
net?
lost $9 billion.
Yeah, he lost $9 billion.
He was down. Yeah.
6.7 billion.
Or 6.7, sorry.
You know, I gotta say, any of those guys though that get thrown in jail or anything, I'm happy about. I really am. These supposed experts who take money and when everything's going great, it's we're driving the economy, blah, blah, blah. And then when the money disappears, like we have no idea what happened. This is all voodoo and nobody understands. We just know that your money's all gone and you still have to pay us for the privilege of losing your goddamn money. And then they get a bailout.
I mean, you have something bad happen to you. There's a certain feeling, certain reaction. What does it feel like to lose $9 billion? Just like
no concept of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost the same as talking about it, right?
That was some guy in the street actually said he was withdrawing money at an ATM when they interviewed him, and they said, well, how do you feel about this? And he goes, the bank let him play with $6.7 billion, and they strung him out for like however long, 6 months, and let him play with it. But if I go €3 over on my checking account, they call me within 10 minutes. He's like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's true.
Gus bought new computers for some of our new employees. The credit card companies were like,
man.
this must be fraud. What are you doing? It's like, we're servicing our business. We're buying computers.
Yeah,
Shut
they
up.
called you, they called me at the store, and they also had us call in from the store.
It's just ridiculous for computer purchases. It's just like
For a computer company.
credit cards have gotten to be more of a hassle than ever, man. It's just like there's one card that we have.
It's like piracy, where if you stole the credit card, you could probably use it more easily than you can
That's
if you're using it
probably
legally.
true. That's probably true. If you actually did stole someone's identity and had their credit card, you could probably get more charges than we can get on it using it legitimately. I mean, I don't want to name names, but their name rhymes with Citibank. And we have a MasterCard that if we go out of town, when you have a credit card for a business, you use it for out-of-town travel. That's one of the primary uses for it. If we go out of town with it, even if we call them ahead of time and notify them, we get 2 charges on it. That's it. And then it's like, nope.
That's the same card you told that story about several podcasts ago, where Matt called, hung up on the lady, and then she locked his card when we were in line at Target.
That was one of the
same
best
fucking
things,
card.
best days ever.
See, she was asking for information. He's at the Target counter. He goes, you know what? I'm just going to use my other card. That's not a big hassle. I'm going to use that one instead. Thanks. And he hangs up, and she canceled his card.
Yep.
It also doesn't help that the people that you talk to on the phone have about as much worldly knowledge as Brandon. I got my card locked overseas because when I called in to find out why, the guy said, because you bought something on something called iTunes. Really? And I go, something called iTunes? He goes, yeah, we've been seeing that crop up lately. I think it's some kind of a fraud thing. iTunes, really. And the dude's like 30. He sounded like my age, 25, 30-year-old dude. And 35 even, maybe. And I just the guy had never heard of iTunes.
I have that happen sometimes when I buy stuff on Steam. They'll like lock it and they'll call me like, we see some suspicious charges. Did you do this, make this purchase on Steam? I'm like, yeah. I was like, why is it every time and I asked them, why is it every time I buy something on Steam, you all call me to make sure it's real? They're like, oh, well, we see this is a lot of fraud passes through Steam. We want to make sure that these are legitimate charges.
That's like one business kind of. What's it? Libel, slander?
Yeah, I was like, no, this is totally fine. I'm sure millions of people buy stuff on here every day just fine.
I bet Brandon will actually know the difference between libel and slander. Do you know the difference?
Yeah, slander is spoken. High misconception that people assume if you say something, it's always slander. But if it's publicized, like if you go on television and say something and it's slanderous, it's actually called libel. So slander is just if someone talks to you and says something that's incorrect.
Brandon knows his media stuff.
I'm impressed.
He knows his media stuff.
What's defamation?
I guess if you say something that's not necessarily true about someone, like I think you say if they did something versus if they were alleged to do something.
Is it intentional to?
It's I think it's
intentionally trying to undermine their character. It's like a more calculated, right?
Yes.
It's like
so it's like what Brandon said, but if you were actually planning to do it on purpose.
It's like premeditated slander.
That comes up much less. It's usually news. We had Bernie and I and Matt all worked at a TV station. It's always the news people that fuck up and get you in trouble.
I saw, I get TSTV over the air at my house, and sometimes when I'm flipping through the channels, I'll stop there for a second, and I saw they were doing a retrospective, and I saw you, Bernie, in I guess when you were still in college doing an interview.
Really?
Yeah.
My biggest interview that I did in college, I got to interview Adam Sandler, and that was a blast.
We actually had Mark Cuban come to our studio.
No, wait,
for an
really?
interview. Yeah, because he produces a lot of independent movies and documentaries.
He
so.
produced The Road. He has what is that production company called? It's a something Road, 9339 Road or something like that. I think it's called, or maybe I'm confusing it with The Road, but it's got some kind of number in the studio name. But the Viggo Mortensen movie that's based on the Cormac McCarthy book, he did that. That was really a very good book and a very good movie, I think.
I got to do a lot of cool interviews, and I remember interviewed Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, and it was just basically me being like, "Hey, remember that sketch? Remember that sketch? That was really funny."
I don't know what got up my butt that day, but when I interviewed Adam Sandler, I thought I'm just going to have fun with this, and it was when he was in that movie, some movie with Bob Barker. I think it was Happy Gilmore.
Yes, Happy Gilmore.
And I asked him about that. I said, so what's up with that? I go, Adam, I saw Bob Barker kick your ass in the movie. I go, you can't take out an old man? I go, what's your problem? He goes, well, Bernie, let me tell you something. It's all made up. It's all movies. I go, I don't know what you're talking about. I saw it on screen. Bob Barker kicked the shit out of you with pussy or something. And like he gets out of his chair and he goes, he was over satellite. He goes, I'll come down there and beat the shit out of you, Bernie Burns. Like, we use those drops for promos forever. He was like off the cuff, funnier than anybody I've ever run into in my entire life, essentially.
We used a promo of
Present company excluded.
Yeah, whatever.
We used a promo of Andy Dick grabbing one of our girls' boobs, one of our reporters.
Well, is that surprising to you?
No.
Do you guys know that Andy Dick lives in a shed behind his ex-wife's house?
What? Really?
Yeah.
This isn't like libel or slander or anything, right? Like,
No. He was on Howard Stern a little while ago talking about it. He doesn't have anywhere to live, so his ex-wife lets him live in the shed behind the house. He has a piss bucket because she doesn't like him to go in the house.
That sounds like a stunt.
No. That's Andy Dick. I mean, the dude's allegedly has a drug problem.
You know, it's like celebrities like Andy Dick. They're really hurt by the fact that Hollywood Squares is not around anymore. You know? It's like those guys that are famous. They're famous for being famous at some point, essentially. I mean, Andy Dick was on News Radio.
Right.
But what was he on besides that? Like, he was already kind of like famous for being Andy Dick before
he was on
News Radio.
something. He was on another television show before News Radio. I think it was like Simply Susan or one of those. And and he was on the Ben Stiller show too, but that nobody saw that.
Then he also had his own show on MTV for
briefly
2 years.
Yeah. But no, you're right. He's like at this point now he's like the next Bruce Valanche, or or
Charles Nelson Riley.
Charles Nelson Riley's a great one. Yeah.
It's like Charles Nelson Riley. I have no idea what he was famous for, but he was on Hollywood Squares almost every single day. You know, Tom Green. I pulled up Andy Dick's thing, and here's a picture of him with Tom Green.
There you go.
And Tom Green is like a guy that people like and like to see. But I guess he's on the web now. Is that what he's doing?
He had a podcast for a while, like a talk show podcast I read about. I don't know if it went anywhere.
I mean, like Tom Green or not, it's pretty cool to see him go from public access in Canada to
to not even having public access anymore.
yeah.
Andy Dick's been in a lot of things I hadn't heard of.
Ben Stiller
I'm
show.
looking at his old stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I
Ben
was thinking
Stiller show, Reality Bites.
Ben Stiller had a show on MTV way back in the day. It's kind of like when MTV started that period of we're just going to put anything on the air for no money whatsoever.
Right. I think it was after The State, even, or maybe right before it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Ben Stiller show might have predated The State.
They had the Jon Stewart show back then too. A lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that cast on the Ben Stiller show was ridiculous.
It was Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo,
Bob Odenkirk, and David Cross.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk, David Cross, and Andy Dick. I don't think David Cross was like one of the main guys, but he was on it with Bob Odenkirk.
I think that's how they got their show on HBO, which is a great show. I definitely recommend.
There was somebody else kind of big on that show too, I think.
I'm pulling it up here. Ben Stiller, Andy Dick, Janine Garofalo, Bob Odenkirk,
Sarah Silverman, was she on?
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Gary Coleman.
A lot. And then Judd Apatow went on and made Freaks and Geeks. I never watched Freaks and Geeks. I always heard about it.
Same here.
And I never realized how many people, basically all the people who are famous now, came out of Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah, people love that show. I don't think I've ever seen a single episode. People fucking love it.
It's the girl who she went on to ER. She was also in Thelma from Scooby Doo, and then Jason Segel, Seth Rogen, James Franco. A lot of.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so crazy.
I'm sure I'm forgetting someone too.
Let me see here. I'm pulling up. It's supposedly IMDb changed their format, so I'm looking it up now.
Yeah, it takes a little longer for me to find.
You guys have the IMDb app? It's
Yeah,
very convenient.
It's awesome. Works great.
It's funny when you go to IMDb on your phone. It says, "Hey, jackass, why don't you just use the app?"
Yeah, they all do that.
funny.
I don't like that. You know, it's. Should we talk about this? We're in the process of. wrapping up production on the first version of our Rooster Teeth app.
Yes.
And so we're in beta testing right now, and that should be out very soon, and that is for iPhone devices, or more specifically,
iOS devices.
iOS devices.
And would you like to tell them what the Rooster Teeth app is?
Why don't you tell them what the Rooster Teeth app is?
It's a mobile version of our community site.
That is correct.
Poor Ben. Ben's doing a great job with this app, but every time he submits a new version, it's always, all right, this one's going live, this one's for test, and then it's notes, and then another email.
That's the way it works, though.
That's the way software production works. Because we'll get a ton of them back, and then now we're to the point where we have people from the community site testing it. At the moment,
we need to have as many different devices tested as possible. I think between all of us here in the office, we only have 3 GSs and iPhone 4s. I found a guy who still had the original Edge iPhone, some iPads, different configurations, different operating systems.
It will not work on the iPad, at least the one that we're testing.
It doesn't? What happens?
It just tells you we can't copy it over.
Hey, that'd be great if you replied and submitted that
Bug report.
when we asked for notes.
I assumed it was intentional.
he felt bad.
You assumed it was intentional that it didn't work.
He was.
Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, there's a lot of apps that are iPhone only. I don't know if it was an issue of resolution that it would be difficult to implement at first.
We need to test it on the iPad. I've been dying to test it on the iPad. Okay,
it doesn't work.
Great, thank you. I appreciate the feedback.
Overall note, doesn't work on the iPad. What do you mean doesn't work?
Your iTunes will not copy it over to the iPad. It will consistently give you a error message.
Did you
if you sync your iPad, it should tell you that.
What error message?
Did you set up your provisioning on your iPad?
No.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Did not do that.
Okay.
So your instinct of not turning that in was a good instinct. Just so you know. Whenever you do beta testing for iPhone devices or anything like that, you have to set up another file that lets you run. It's like a kind of almost like mini jailbreaking your phone in a way, Gus, right?
Well, yeah, it allows that one piece of unauthorized software to run, essentially.
Right.
Because it's not in the App Store yet. You're still testing it.
Well, couldn't you just do that? Couldn't people send out the codes and send out the software to essentially just let you install apps on a non-jailbroken device?
Yeah, but you need to be an iPhone. It would revoke your ability to do that if you started doing.
I see. So they police
extensively.
the developer system as well.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
I remember.
I am convinced that Apple can hear that and then take away our ability to develop.
They're listening on our iPhones right now. We're not. We don't have them on, but they're listening.
We were trying to expand, make sure everyone in the company was testing it, and I remember asking Jack. I was like, "Oh, are you testing the iPhone app?" He's like, "No. I copied it and it didn't work." And I was like, "Oh, hey Ben, Jack's having problems." And Ben's like, "Jack never sent me anything. He never sent me any information on his phone. Never sent me the code."
Well, guys, I guess you're going to have to walk around to everyone's desk and set up their provisioning on their mobile devices.
Well, that's why I got professional beta testers from our community to test it out for us.
Good.
There you go. Thank you, community.
So those that their information should be going out today. It should be in their hands later today.
All three of you own an iPad, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I gave you, Brandon. I gave you a gift of an iPad.
Bernie did give me an iPad. It was a special moment.
It was a crunch gift that we gave him.
Nice.
Many nights of 3 a.m.
I've worked with Bernie now for 12 years, and he's never given me a single thing ever.
What about that?
I have signed every paycheck of yours for the last 13 years, though.
That's a better gift.
So now the iPad has gotten to the point where it is the fastest growing, most quickly adopted electronic device that is not a phone in the history of the world.
And deservedly so.
Okay, I was going to ask. So you've used it for a while. Is it worth it?
Absolutely.
The great thing about it is we all talk shit about it whenever it was first announced.
Not we all. I didn't. I never talked shit about it.
Well, I apologize.
No
I think
problem.
most of the people in the company talk shit about it. It was like a little bit underwhelming when you saw it, but when you actually hold it and you play around with it, you're like, oh, this is pretty cool.
I could go back and listen to it, but I think my official take was I don't know. I'm not sold, but I'll check it out because I'm a believer. There's been other things that they've shown that I've been like, and they were great.
Right.
Fuck you guys. Someone said that.
I'm sure a lot of people. No, I think the general consensus when
Gus talked tons of shit about it.
The press too. The press was
what
like,
are you talking about?
Yeah, you did.
The press was like, this is a dud. This is horribly received. When they made the announcement, nobody gave a crap about it. But then it came out, and sure enough, it was a huge hit. Remember, people hated the name iPad because they were making like maxi pad jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
very mature people.
I thought it was totally fun. That seemed like a perfect name.
Yeah,
it always seemed like a perfect name.
Isolate, I think, sounded a little bit better.
You can't say isolate because it spells is
late.
late. And they were already in development for so long in the iPad. Like, remember, it was 3 different of the. One thing I hate about following Apple products is the way you digest that information. Like, you have to watch those friggin' seminars. Ironically, it's just like the 1984 thing. Everyone gathered in a room staring at them. You know what I mean? Staring at Big Brother in a black turtleneck telling you what's what. And, so they couldn't name it isolate because it is late.
Well,
you don't want to name anything that's a built-in pun.
There you go.
You know?
Hey, speaking of Apple and Apple products, how are you enjoying your Apple TV that you got, the new one?
What a great segue. So I got an Apple TV, and that thing is awesome. It's about the size of a hockey puck.
Yeah.
It has a power cord, and it has an HDMI cord that goes into it. And I basically just plug it into the little monitor that I have for my Xbox upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's great. I just found out, too, that you're supposed to download the remote app to your iPhone. And if you're on the same network as your iTV, you can just control it from your iPhone. Totally awesome. But it's great because I can stream Netflix. Carrie wanted me to check to see if I could do Hulu, so I need to do that. But I need to stream Netflix, a bunch of other streaming services. And then the most important thing is that you just connect to your computer's library on the same network, and you can just stream anything. You know, your pictures, you can stream music, you can stream, TV shows. That's how I watch all my TV shows.
I think with the next OS update for the iPad, if you're watching a video on your iPad, you can reroute the video out to your Apple TV.
Oh, that's cool.
Let me ask you a question.
And go ahead, ask me a kitchen.
Because this is going to be a big deal to me. Can you have multiple iTunes libraries connected to your Apple TV at the same time?
You can select different libraries.
Okay, because say I have The Wire on my laptop, and then I have Freaks and Geeks on my desktop.
It probably won't show you one list of everything. You'll probably have to select the library separately.
As long as I can do that, I'm fine with that too.
Are they two different accounts? I mean, are you paying two different credit cards?
No, it's the same account, but where you download something is where it lives.
You just turn on home sharing on your library, and it's available. And what I discovered when I downloaded this remote app, I'm pretty sure I haven't tested it yet, that you can share the library from your iPhone to it. That's crazy. So it's like you just carry that around with you.
The remote app in itself, even before this, was awesome. That's like at parties and stuff, I would just play my music list and fast forward through songs and stuff on my phone while I was walking around the party. Mm-hmm. It's really
awesome.
cool.
Jeff,
really cool.
It's the future.
It is
the future.
And it's here.
And it's a little future-proof, too. I think, Gus, what is the new wireless network? Is it N?
N. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think none of our computers are N, but I mean...
any MacBook Pro bought in the last 2 years should have N.
Really?
Yeah, my whole house is in.
Really?
Even the Xboxes are in.
And PCs were way ahead of the curve on that.
We have an N network set up in here.
Fuck me.
Yeah. The nice thing about PCs is you can get stuff you want. You have to wait for them to integrate it. Like right now, we're dying to get USB 3. And it's just such a pain in the ass that we can't get USB 3.
Gus, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's more of an Intel thing. I mean, Apple doesn't make the motherboards.
Here we go. Here comes the defense.
Well, yes and no. I mean, Intel wants to push their own technology, of course. But, I mean, Apple could just choose another vendor for their motherboard if they wanted to.
People like Intel.
Didn't we read an article, though, where Mac leaves an enormous amount of money on the table because they won't put the Intel stickers on their computers?
Oh, really?
I read that. They won't put the marketing, Intel inside. They won't put those stickers on the computers. So, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it. They're either paying to do that by not taking the money from Intel or taking the discount. It's hundreds of millions of dollars.
I never even thought about that. That's crazy.
I'm sure it's compensated in the price of a Mac.
Sure. They pass that cost on to the consumer. Yeah.
And so what's the deal, though, where Apple just got pounded with a patent lawsuit?
I don't know the details about that. I don't know what's going on. They have to pay $600 million?
I thought it was $300 million, but it's a enormous amount of money.
I feel like there's at least one patent story a month.
It might be two different things.
$625 million judgment patent suit over CoverFlow, Spotlight, and Time Machine.
CoverFlow, Spotlight, and Time Machine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are all great products.
Those are all great things.
Fuck those dudes who...
I'm using the shit out of Time Machine as we speak.
I probably switched to Mac because of Time Machine. Time Machine's a thing on the Mac where you can just hit a button and it just backs up your computer entirely and then just sits there in the background, and anytime you make a single change, it backs it up. And it's hard, I know it sounds like, it just backs it up, but when you can actually then pull up Time Machine and go to I want to go to my computer 3 weeks ago at noon, and then you can literally go into that file system and take stuff out.
It's unreal.
I need to see this file 5 revisions ago.
Yeah.
Before I made those changes that ultimately fucked me up to where I am now.
And Bernie, you went from your laptop to an iMac, right? And it was just basically...
Yeah.
It over. It was the exact same, all your applications installed?
Yeah, I got a new iMac, and it switched from a laptop to an iMac, and when I got the new iMac, it said, do you want to set up this laptop or this iMac from a Time Machine? I said, yeah, use my laptop's Time Machine, and it had all my files. I mean, it was like, imagine getting a brand new computer, and within 20 minutes, it's exactly the way you want it to be.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just a 20-minute progress
Everything's
bar.
installed. Yeah,
You're not doing
everything's installed. All your applications, all your preferences are set. Awesome.
I did have to reactivate of course, Photoshop and Final Draft. I wish I could choke a piece of software.
Fucking Adobe, man.
Dude, I've had to do it twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, Jeff's been having some Adobe headaches with activation. They chastised him the other day on the phone.
They yelled at me yesterday. Yeah,
We're not deactivating.
They're like, sir, if you're going to keep calling in like this, could you please just deactivate the program, and then you won't have to go through this process?
Nope, I can't, because I paid $1,200 for a piece of software. So guess what? You have a job.
Yeah.
Gus, have you gone to the licensing website?
No, I have not.
Oh, God. We bought CS5 kind of as a test. We're all in CS4 still. And it took 3 days for them to post the serial number to activate.
Awesome.
Really?
3 days to post the serial number.
Let me ask you a question. If today you could pay a lifetime subscription to what's a good program like Photoshop? Okay. Lifetime subscription to Photoshop. You can have every version. They'll never hassle you about it. Essentially your serial number would be your social security number. Let's say something maybe a little more secure than that. But
Sure.
You can do it. What would you pay? Lifetime subscription.
$2,500?
Free updates forever.
I wouldn't. Luckily, I don't have to use the Adobe products very much, so it's not a headache for me.
I would do it for Final Cut, maybe.
For Final Cut's a video editing software.
Final Cut's not a problem for us, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I use Photoshop quite a bit too, though.
Lifetime subscriptions are interesting because lifetime is your lifetime, and then the company's lifetime, and then changing culture is we might not use Photoshop in a couple of years because there might be Video Shop.
Or the Premiere team moves over to Photoshop.
Yeah, like if you were
Well, that's kind of
that's pretty funny.
That's a little misery there. Premiere is their video editing software that it just hurt us painfully the last couple of months.
Like if you were the guy who bet on who had this option in 1996 and paid for the lifetime subscription of CorelDRAW, you'd be pretty fucking miserable right now.
It's like I'll have WordPerfect for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw all my money in Aldus.
Perfect. Did you see that Left 4 Dead 2 is also available for the Mac now?
Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty cool.
But Left 4 Dead 1 isn't, right? They haven't released Left 4 Dead 1.
They said they're hoping to have that out later this month.
Man, Valve seems to be on the offensive against Xbox Live. Yeah. I mean, and they have a weird thing, too, because they're a very popular title on Xbox Live. So they set the price, according to them, it's because Microsoft makes them, they set the price for their DLC super expensive, and then they set the price for Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead on the PC on Steam. It's cost you less to buy it today than the DLC costs on Xbox Live. That's what I read on Kotaku, at least.
Yeah, I guess you can buy Left 4 Dead 2 with a single license price at $679 and a 4-pack price at $20.39.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then the DLC is $7.
Speaking of that reminds me of something else. Have you ever noticed that on iTunes, there's absolutely no incentive to buy the season versus buying the individual shows?
Yeah, that's true.
Why is that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I've never seen a bundled deal. Do you think iTunes is just not capable of doing it?
I don't think that's. I think they're capable of doing anything they want to.
They don't have to.
They must not. They just must not see a benefit.
But it's like you really want to click 20 times over the course of 6 months when you click once.
Yeah, well, it's like just why not get people to realize instead of I think I'm going to like this, so I'll get the first 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. Let's incent them to hit the buy the season button.
Then maybe you see some episodes on TV and you miss some others.
Let me tell you this. There's a lot. Netflix is an example of there's a lot of things I think I'm going to watch in their entirety, and I now don't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love The Wire. I haven't seen them all yet.
Same here.
But I probably would have gone through and bought them all.
I discovered a new show that's very funny. That did not look funny to me at all, but I gave it a shot, and it's awesome. Have you guys seen Running Wild yet? It's a new Will Arnett, Kerry Russell,
the promos,
David Cross show.
Everything about that show just looks terrible.
No, I agree. I was really bored one night, and so I thought, I like Will Arnett enough. Maybe he'll carry the show. It's really funny. It's a lot like Arrested Development.
I think I would watch anything with David Cross.
Yeah,
he's one of the funniest human beings.
He's barely in it, but he is in it, and he's very funny in it. And I thought it's weird because he's got a show, The Increasingly Poor Decisions of Todd and Margaret, that just came out, and it's a David Cross show featuring Will Arnett, and then this is a Will Arnett show featuring David Cross.
I've never even heard of that other show you just mentioned.
Yeah, it's first episode came out last week, I think, and it's also got Spike Jonze in it. That one,
no kidding.
Yeah, but it's very funny. Both of them are funny, but I think Running Wild's better.
So if you're going to say that someone should watch a TV show right now, American TV show, what would you recommend?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
This season is tremendous.
I don't know. I guess The Wire, but that's kind of old.
What about
I don't think
drama?
I've gotten into any new shows.
Drama.
By the way,
I
The
don't-
Wire's been off the air for like 3 years now.
Has
Yeah.
it? Is it done?
I don't know
It's been off longer than
anybody
that.
who watched that show during its broadcast run. Everyone I know watched after it was long gone. It was on the air the same time as The Sopranos.
Let me say, the second season of Parks and Recreation. I saw the first episode of the first season. I thought it was pretty bad. The second season is pretty good.
I don't think can't think of a drama, honestly.
Mad Men.
Mad Men for sure.
Well, I've never seen it. Yeah.
You should
I'm
definitely
gonna.
start.
I tell you what, I'm gonna watch it because you've been recommending it, and I always bugged you about Always Sunny, so I owe you a Mad Men.
This season of Mad Men is really good.
And they're really cashing in too. If you go to the top TV shows on iTunes, all seasons are in the top 10.
Mad Men has a problem on iTunes though. When you download one episode,
Oh, God.
it downloads the HD version, the SD version, and then they have like a behind the scenes of Mad Men for every episode. HD version, SD version. So one episode is 4 downloads.
You should be
Jesus.
able to pick in your settings what version you want.
Yes. Thank you.
I don't understand that.
Well,
Just
in
for storage space.
Yeah.
In your preferences, it says, do you want to check for new downloads? And you say no, but every time it keeps doing it, and you don't realize it until you run out of space in your hard drive, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And you're downloading 50 files.
But he's also saying that I just want the HD version. If
Yeah.
I get HD, why would I want SD? Ever. You know?
I have to waste that bandwidth and then immediately delete it. It's dumb.
But I would say
you would take it for mobile. You'd put an SD version on your iPhone instead of an HD version.
Dude, I'm fucking retarded like that. I cannot buy an SD version.
I wouldn't. I would rather stream mobile anyway. I don't watch TV on my iPhone that much. Or when I do, I just stream through Hulu Plus.
I'm trying to convince my wife to give up cable, but she can't give up her cable news channels.
Did you guys see that guy from CNN lost his job because he
Sanchez, right?
called Rick Sanchez, I think his name is, because he called Jon Stewart a bigot on a radio program on POTUS on
Called him
Sirius.
a bigot?
Yeah, and they asked for
Yeah.
clarification. He was like, oh,
And he clarified by saying Jon Stewart was raised in New Jersey by a schoolteacher mom and a scientist dad, and he's biased towards whites and Jews and upper middle class people. And so CNN that day let him go.
He also said that CNN, as well as other networks, are controlled by the Jews.
He did
So
say that.
that's,
He did say that.
That's
too.
always a winner.
Yeah.
So he said the media is controlled by the Jews and was immediately fired?
Yeah.
Way to blow that theory out of the water. No, it's funny. It's funny that happened because there was somebody else on my Twitter feed who essentially did the same thing in the same day and was like, "Yeah, my last name isn't Berg or Goldstein, so I'll never work in Hollywood." I was ooh, wow, that's kind of a interesting tweet. So, and then later that day, I'm having a really shitty day today. I bet.
I still don't understand why you pick a fight with Jon Stewart. A lot of people give him credit for taking down Crossfire. Remember Crossfire a few years ago?
I don't understand why you pick a fight with the Jewish-controlled media. How did that
Not
start?
like we're not saying that.
How did that start?
It's just part of the Zionist conspiracy, right?
Is it?
Just an offshoot of Zionism running the world and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Secret underground bunkers, gold stockpiles.
Yeah. I mean,
Cloven hooves.
if you, jeez Louise, if you do control the world, why would you have the Holocaust? Like, why would you make that? Is that just like a really crazy diversion from you, or did they say it's happened since then?
Probably, I think they say it's happened since then.
So you went from
That would be one hell of a comeback story.
Yeah, no kidding, right? You went from damn near genocide to secretly controlling the entire fucking planet in the span of 70 years. Is that?
I mean, it's like you got Jews controlling the world and the Expos winning the World Series. Those would be right near each other, I think.
Hey, so did you know that Microsoft is discounting Xbox Live subscriptions before they raise the price?
Oh, it's awesome.
I think I already signed up.
Did you? Yeah, if you renew now, you can get 2 years and 1,600 points for $84.
2 years.
2 years of gold,
1,600 points.
$84.
$84.
Can you apply that to the family plan when that launches in November? Like, how does that work? Because
I don't know.
That is interesting.
Because you and I are definitely switching to the family plan, Bernie, because we're a family.
How much
together.
is the family plan going to be?
4 Xbox Live gamer tags
for
some amount.
$99 a year? I think.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty good.
All right, I'm going to go outside the box here a little bit. There was something I was disappointed by in Reach marketing, and I kind of kept my mouth shut about it. But I feel like I have to say something about it at some point. I was disappointed by the fact
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
that the Reach console did not come with the Legendary Edition of the game. Like that if I wanted the Flaming Head or one of those benefits, I would have to buy the Reach console, get a Heroic Edition of the game, and then go out and buy a $150 version of the Legendary Collection.
Would you have paid $70 more for that Xbox if it came with it?
Yes.
Would I have paid $70 more for that Xbox? Yeah, because I paid $150 to go out and buy the Legendary Collection.
Well, good point.
You know,
Yeah.
but I know I'm in that Uber fan category, you know,
Yeah.
and I just don't know why they just didn't do it.
I got news for you. A lot of people are in that Uber fan category when it comes
Yeah,
to Halo.
I'm sure if you had offered the SKU, people would have bought it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You could have had 2 SKUs of the Halo Reach console. Standard and then, legendary.
Yeah.
I guess why make a 200 when you can make a 350?
Yeah, but I don't think there was that level of thought put
Yeah,
into it.
I don't think so either.
There had to have been, and it's not something you just throw together. I mean, it's like a major.
I'm sure
SKU.
it makes sense on some level that I don't see.
Well, I'm sure they probably thought to themselves, who's going to pay the $70 extra?
They might have, yeah.
I mean,
It's already expensive enough.
So they lose more money in the end because less people.
Yeah, I guys might be surprised. I mean, companies that size, they think on a lot higher level than we do. I mean, they think in the tens of millions of people and how to move those kinds of units. And when it comes to those, I mean, even the people who finish stuff on Legendary, it's just it's lower percentages.
That's a really good point. Didn't we? Isn't it like an obscenely low percentage of people that actually finish the campaign on Legendary?
Most games, period.
Yeah,
most games, period. Like if you go through when you play on Reach, you can browse through people's service record, and you can see how they're. At least you could in Halo 3. Yeah. You can see what they'd finished it on.
You can do that in Reach also. I do
service
it all
records.
the time. Whenever I'm like randomly matched up with people, I always look and see did they finish campaign? What did they finish it on?
Service records are kind of fucked up though. Like I've beaten every Halo game on Legendary, and it doesn't record me as beating Reach or Halo 3 on Legendary. It shows me as heroic because I did some of it single player and some of it co-op, and so it doesn't recognize that as being one complete Legendary run.
Now on Reach, they've broken that out. You can see what your status is on solo and co-op.
The same problem with ODST.
I was pretty sure on Halo 3 they had it broken out too, but you're saying you had heroic for each.
Like if you go and you look for Halo 3 in your Reach thing, it'll say that I've only beaten it on heroic, and it's not true. I've beaten it on Legendary.
The big thing I think with the Reach console was how the hell would you deliver a console and that enormous Legendary?
That could have been the whole thing right there, right? I mean, that's that's fucking huge.
And I'm thinking about it from just my perspective. I don't really, honestly, I'm not a toy kind of a guy. I don't really care much about the statue. I think it's cool, but I gave my statue to Monty because he loves having that stuff on his desk, and gave another one to Jack. But I'm more interested in the digital asset. And that was the flaming head that you can have for multiplayer. I was more interested in that. So when you say would I pay $70, most of that $70 is going for that statue, right? And then Halsey Journal. The Halsey Journal's awesome.
Halsey Journal's pretty cool.
And the digital thing, you know what I mean? So it's like, what do you include in the packaging? And if you had the Reach console and that statue in one package, I mean, you'd have to have a palette.
Monty is so in love with that Halsey Journal that he keeps it around like it's his journal. Like he doesn't. I always see it in his hand. Like if he's walking around, he's got it in his hand, or it's sitting next to him at the desk. That's like I don't know. I think he must just read it constantly.
He might think he wrote it
at this point. Yeah,
it's great to see that extra stuff. I think Gus bought the whole series of Lost, and didn't it come with the journal of someone who was on the Black Rock?
Yeah, it came with some notes, a diary, and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Did you?
There was also a hidden disc in that box set that they didn't tell you about.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't know if I showed it. I guess I didn't show it to you. Like, when you open up the top of the box set, embossed on the bottom of the top is a map of the island. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but it's weird how it's kind of raised. I just kind of set it down, and I looked through the rest of the box set, and there was like a little toy Ankh in the box set. And I was like, that's kind of cool. And I kind of twisted it, and I realized the Ankh came apart. And inside the Ankh was like a little scroll with like buttons you can press on your remote. And I was like, that's weird. And I looked at the map again, and I touched it, and I was like, this is really weird that it's not flush with the rest of the box. So I spun the map, and it spun, and it like popped off. And then behind the map, there was another disc with more bonus features. And then if you're watching the disc and you enter the code that was in the Ankh, it unlocks another menu option that you don't see unless you put that code in.
All right, that's all very cool.
It was awesome.
It's very clever.
That must have been a fun experience to discover.
No, yeah, and it was, and it's very true to the universe, and it was really cool.
He came in the morning after he discovered that, like he was on fire. You were so excited. He was like giddy.
It was really cool.
He was showing it to Matt and I. It was really, really cool.
In Revelation, if you leave the main menu running, Griff will pop out of the screen. So
not as cool. After the Lost thing.
Yeah,
we have tons of Easter eggs.
We have tons of Easter eggs, but we don't have like physical manufacturing Easter eggs. That's pretty cool.
I guess that's the next level. That's the next level to take it to.
You know, that stuff like when they make a custom Ankh that you can unscrew. You know, that's great if you're making 10 million units. You can maybe get a deal on those. It's like, hey, we need 12. How much will that cost?
All right, we should probably start wrapping things up here before too long. Got a full day ahead of us.
There was a few more store items. I don't know if we talked about that. There was a couple new shirts and a poster, maybe.
What we got the Caboosisms poster. That seems to be doing very well.
Yeah, people like that. The Take It Easy shirt.
tons of Griff merchandise this season. Protect Me Cone. I was born to take.
Well,
it easy.
this is your great season after you took off from production.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got to focus all my time on acting now.
Who's got all the weekly challenges so far on Reach?
Do
you have them?
I have them all so far, I think.
I don't have all of them. No.
No, I intentionally skipped one so I wouldn't feel the overwhelming need.
Oh, wait, was last week to beat a legendary level? Do a level in legendary?
Co-op.
I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No, I
I
didn't
wonder
do
where
it.
that's down to now.
Yeah, it's a good question.
That'd be interesting.
I'm sure they have all that information.
They'll never stop. I'm more interested in people who have finished all the daily challenges. I'm sure
Those
somebody out there has.
daily challenges are so great.
They've gotten kind of nutty lately, though. There was one that was, I think, it's 7 multi-kills in one match of multiplayer recently.
Oh, really?
You'd have to do that in Rumble Pit. You can't really do that anywhere else.
Yeah.
It couldn't be firefight matchmaking?
You know what? I'm going from memory here, and that's not a good way to do that.
Crazy.
You know, it's crazy. Or are we wrapping up?
Have,
Yeah,
there,
we're
have there been any scoring challenges yet?
Not to my knowledge.
I have not seen any scoring
That's
challenges.
interesting that you bring that up, because scoring was such a big part of Halo 3.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. Like, you and I went through and got all those scoring achievements together.
Right.
And had more fun doing that than I did just playing through the campaign. Like, there's something really satisfying about that scoring stuff.
Scoring's weird, too, because I'm not sure if I should ever turn it on. Just why wouldn't you just always turn it on?
Yeah, I keep it on constantly.
Is it just to give you less information when you're playing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool to see.
It gives you indicators like you got a headshot and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
It's important, but I don't think it's really clear how it affects it. Like, does it count as, like, if I turn on scoring, it says you'll lose your progress in the level. That kind of thing, like when you change skulls.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Can I ask something real quick, or am I going to get cut off in editing?
Ask.
With the way Bungie does their stuff and a lot of other games give you all the extra content and challenges and stuff, do you see that more in American games than Japanese? Because I saw a few weeks ago there was like a Japanese developer that was criticizing the Japanese industry for not innovating and not kind of keeping up with the ingenuity of American studios.
I recently read that the main difference between American gamers and Japanese gamers is that Japanese gamers don't want to play games socially. That it's a private experience more so, and that it's not like it's more integrated in their culture, but they're not interested in the competitive parts of it as much as we are here. And really, aren't all those things just another way of having competition? Like, aren't achievements really just a way to have competition in single player?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
we are a very competitive society.
And social,
Yeah, and social.
in that sense. But
That's interesting.
Like Final Fantasy is you can play all the way through every Final Fantasy, spend the equivalent of a month of your life playing through all those games, maybe 2 or 3 months of your life,
At
and
least.
nobody would know it. It's just you just talk to them about it.
How much do you think is the communicator and the fact that you can actually hear people and talk shit and get frustrated?
I think it's a different.
Yeah,
A different component altogether.
that dissuades me from playing online sometimes.
I will say I haven't run into any of that on Reach yet.
No, right? Well, did you use your tone settings?
Yeah, my profile stuff.
Profile? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did that too. That seems to be working
It's
awesome.
working fantastic. I haven't run across any dickheads at all.
That's great.
Well, I intentionally put I want to play with people who are quiet because I don't ever use my headset, and I almost never get put into a game with people with a headset.
You know where if you don't use a headset you get fucked is in Left 4 Dead. If you show up in a random match, like in a pregame lobby, and you don't have a headset connected, they will boot you every time.
As well
you
they
can't
should.
even play.
You have
You're right that you have to
You
communicate.
have to communicate in Left 4
but
Dead.
it's impossible to even get into a game without a headset.
I mean, you don't. It's not only the fact that you don't want a guy in your team you can't hear because you look back and he's got a hunter on him and he's been like
You have
that
no idea,
for
yeah.
5 minutes now.
It's the same way. Like if I'm playing Firefight, I don't want to play with someone who doesn't have a headset.
Man, firefight
Yeah.
matchmaking.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a more co-op experience.
You know, I feel like 10% of PlayStation users use a headset because it's fucking frustrating and difficult to actually get it working.
Yeah.
Interesting the dynamic between the two systems.
I got that headset. It's a Bluetooth headset. Yeah, and I got a plugged-in charging at home, and I don't think I've ever put it on.
I think
Yeah.
you and I are in the same boat. I have that headset too. I've never fucking used it. I bought it because I was like, I'm going to play Uncharted 2 online. I'm going to do all this stuff. Nope.
Nope. None of that. What's
All right.
what's PS2 got in front of it? They got the
PS3.
Move.
PS3?
I'm sorry, PS3 got in front of it. They had the Move come out, and that didn't seem to be.
Is it already out?
it's not-
It's not out. It's not.
Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's been out.
Really?
You're the PS3 fanboy. You didn't even know it was out.
No, I didn't know it was
You
out.
can order it right now. You can walk into a GameStop and buy it today.
I had
They
no
just,
idea.
They
it was
just
out.
kind of took the Wii technology and made it a lot better, but I don't think that's going to really excite anybody.
I did read that it's significantly better than the Wii technology.
Yeah, I mean, the technology just works a lot better.
Well,
It's more like motion capture, like
here's
we
the
use.
problem, and the problem we will probably see with the Kinect for a while is that there's no core games for that technology yet, and people that like, core gamers just aren't going to care about the next Wii Fit version for the Xbox or for the PS3 or the archery game or any of that shit. It just doesn't appeal to
So,
us.
the Move came out September 17th. It's been out almost a whole month.
That's crazy. I read Joystick and Kotaku all day, every day as a part of my job for Achievement Hunter, and I had no idea.
How long till a Japanese sex game with a Kinect?
Well, hopefully very soon.
Okay.
With the Kinect? Oh, with Kinect from Xbox. That's the other thing too is that Xbox isn't really hit in Japan the way it is here.
Yeah.
Like PS3 having Move might be one of the biggest stories in Japan right now.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm. It could be huge over there.
Just wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got off of events. Do we want to talk about those events? Like read over the calendar real quick?
I said we should wait till we have some more solid information.
Okay.
We should just let people know that we will be out there, and we'll have a full list soon. As soon as we can talk to those people. And
the first one is what's starting about March of next year, or
February, March,
end of February. It looks like we'll be in Australia.
We'll go March through November, I think, on events.
If you know of a good convention in the UK, we would love to know about it because we have not found a good right. Yes,
no
event.
We cannot find a good.
Let's just go to Gavino's house.
And I was going to say, if we can't find one, we'll run one in Gav's backyard.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up for sure.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for listening.
Bye.